Hey everyone, this is Adam from Fibbler and this is the demo. So when you first log into Fibbler, you'll start by connecting your LinkedIn Ads account with your CRM. And in the LinkedIn Ads integration, you can customize your own attribution model. So as a standard, we're using what we call an awareness model. So we're tying paid impressions and organic impressions back to CRM metrics like pipeline and revenue. But you can also select to use an engagement model. So instead looking at how people are engaging with your content on LinkedIn and tying that back to pipeline and revenue, or an intent model, so a stricter view where you only look at clicks in that sense and how that ties back to revenue. But we have an awareness model as standard. From this, you head over to Company Insights, where you will see this data come to life. You get a list of all of the companies that are seeing and interacting with you from a paid perspective, but also from an organic perspective. If you click any of these, you will see a campaign deep dive, so all the campaigns during this period that has seen or engaged with you, and the engagement level on an individual campaign level. You can select your date ranges you want to look at. You will see the ad spend that corresponds to that. And then most important, in our platform, you will see what we call influence pipeline and influence revenue. So meaning deals that have been created in the CRM, where we can see that in this scenario where we have an awareness model, we can see that they have impressions during that date range as the deal was created, so regardless of the conversion source. You will be able to see if they have only been influenced from a paid perspective, only from an organic perspective, or if both paid and organic have played a part here. You can see that we've influenced 5 deals to a value of almost 60K, and the pipeline efficiency here is 4.36, so meaning that for every dollar that we spend, we get 4.36 back in influence pipeline. Same thing for revenue. We can see that we have almost 17K, closed one here, and then a return on that ad spend at 1.26x. All of this, you can exclude companies that are not relevant for you straight into your own targeting. And the second feature is called Campaign Analytics, and it's basically the same data but flipped on its head. So instead of looking at companies, we're now looking at what campaigns are influencing the most pipeline and revenue. Can we find any outliers that we can maybe cut and put more money into the ones that are influencing a lot of that? Third, we have what we call our audience insights. Here you can select a campaign and you will see all of the titles that are seeing and interacting with these ads. You will see the targeted title, so that's the title you have put into your own targeting on the LinkedIn platform. And if you find any titles here that's not relevant to you, and it's typically the case, you can exclude them simply with one click. We have our CRM sync, which is basically that instead of looking at the data in our platform, we send the data straight to your CRM, so either HubSpot or Salesforce. So you will be able to see impressions, clicks, engagement from both an ad perspective, but also organic, so from the company page. And we will match companies from LinkedIn Ads with companies that already exist in the CRM. You're also able to only do this for specific campaigns. So I might only want to send data from this specific campaign, and we sync all of these on a weekly basis on Sundays. We have a similar feature called Signals, which is that you can send engaged companies from LinkedIn Ads to some of our approved destinations like Clay or Slack and use them as intent signals for your sales team. So you can say that you want to send very high engaged companies from this campaign to Clay, and you want to include the past 30 days of data and send it daily, and then you can add it. Last but not least, we have a couple of optimization features. First, we have our campaign scheduling. So you can select a campaign and you can say that I only want this to be active during weekdays between 7 and 8. And we will pause it outside of that window to help you save some budget during those periods. And then last, we have what we call our impression cap. So typically, it's the case that a lot of bigger companies get a large chunk of the impression share. And if we want to distribute our impressions a bit better, we can say that they should maximum be able to get 500 impressions in this campaign during 1 month. And if they hit that cap, we will exclude them and then put them back in the next month again. So that's Fibbler. It's free to try for 30 days. Let us know what you think.